All right, we have Kev back for part two. Kev, right?
Yeah, Kev's fine.
All
Yep.
right, man. So tell me about the whole first coming on to Lockdown 23 and 1 experience, man. I know the comments section can be brutal at times.
Comments? Nah, man. So my comments were a little dirty, man. It was funny though. It was wrecked. I
Yeah.
jumped in there with them, but I know if anybody's giving me like any sort of negative criticism or like insinuating towards something where, come on, man. I don't take that seriously, bro. Like I know what I'm doing out here, you know what I mean? So
That's right. That's
and
right,
then
man.
when I check them out, like, because I will click on certain people's things just to see what type of person I'm dealing with, especially if I'm gonna respond to them. And I see a lot of people like, you know, basically people just like to project their own shit onto other people. So believe me, I'm well aware of how to hate.
I think the interview turned out great. You know what I
Nah,
mean?
I loved
But
it, yo. I loved it. And I didn't even mention this, bro. I got like 50 subs, bro, from that. So we're
oh,
up. Code of Silence
50's
TV.
not enough, man. We got
We're
to get
heading up.
more. We got to get thousands.
I'm believing. Hey, you sound just like me, but you know what? 50's love, bro.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
know
have to
that's
get no
right.
sub. And we didn't even get into the story, bro. So
Yeah,
for the
I
people
mean,
that
we
were there,
got into
I know
some.
we started touching on some. I'm telling you, it's just the beginning though, because like I wanted to I wanted to try to gloss over that part to get to the most recent stuff. You know what I mean? Like we're talking over 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, well, about 20 years ago now. So I was trying to like mentally just breeze through that. I'm not thinking we're doing part twos or potentially part threes. So I'm trying to fit
Yeah.
38 years into one interview. You know what I mean? And keep the timeline right. I don't want to be like just rambling off random years when events happen. You know, I'm trying to keep it as accurate as possible because things can get a little shaky. We're talking about like in and out of jail numerous times, going back, catching different cases, things I forgot. We're on drugs, we're off drugs. You know, we're healthy, we're unhealthy. You know, it's mad things are happening. So to on the fly, remember that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm speaking to a live audience when I'm doing this, just because I know how many people will watch this. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it messes with you a little bit if you
Yeah,
never done this
bro,
before.
I completely understand. Like we already talked about a little bit, man. It gets different a bit, especially when you see the numbers, you know what I mean? And but hey, I will say this about the comments. They be picking and poking on every guest I have on, man. It ain't just you know what I mean?
Nah, fuck. They wasn't even on
Yeah,
some
I
real
thought
shit.
it
They
was
wasn't even
overall
bad.
pretty good. Yeah.
I thought, the overall, what is it? The general views, it felt positive to me for real.
Yeah, it,
You know
it
what I'm
felt
saying?
it felt decent, and not to mention that I just checked the comments before you got on, and the
Yeah,
last comment says, "Where's part two?" So here we go. You know what I
let's
mean?
get it.
There's a lot of those actually. They're looking forward to hearing the rest of your story. And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, just a quick recap. He spoke about in part one. I'll keep that linked in the comment section below, pinned. But he spoke about his early years, getting caught up tagging as a juvenile, going to jail, TDH, or that's over here what we call it, DYS, a
Yeah.
detentional jail for juveniles, and progressing into his first day in jail for armed robbery. And that's pretty much where we ended it. Let's start from there. I mean, what happened with the armed robbery? I mean,
Okay, so armed robbery. That's leading me into right where we left off, actually. Perfect. So that first case, wait, I'm uh I'm still in the hole, and the two people that I went there, basically I followed them to the hole, right? Straight rookie shit. Um, that was Scotty and Vic. And then the kid that I went there to go see that I had an issue with from the street, his name was PJ. That's my boy still to this day. We still talk, but so we squashed that beef. And Scotty goes to court one day. He comes back to tell me that they lowered his bail. He's going home, and I'm like, damn, like I got this fresh ticket, so I know I'm getting 30 days in the hole. Vic already left the hole, and Scotty's like just got his bail lowered. So I want to be happy for my boy, but like part of me I'm kind of hating on him. You know what I mean? Because I got this new case and I'm in the hole with this new ticket. My people are leaving me, so I'm about to be stuck here by myself. But that's what you get when you crash out, right?
yeah.
So we got to ride out the ticket. We head over to, when I get out the hole, they send me to 240D. That's a pretrial unit. It's a mixed unit, state, federal, and
I mean, you're in there for state charges right now?
well, it's state charges. I'm not indicted yet though. So it's still in district court. I'm waiting to see if they're gonna send it to the grand jury to get me indicted. So mind you, I have my co-defendant has already told on me, and then the kid who we got the little air guns from, he's already told the cops that he gave us these guns to go do this robbery, but he wasn't with us for the robbery. So I already have two people that are that are making it a lot harder for me, right?
Yeah.
The third kid that was with us, he kept his mouth shut though. So I get sent over to 240D, and right when I walk in, it feels instantly. So people who don't know, if you've never been in prison before, you've never been locked up at all, every unit, every jail I've been to, speaking for me, you get a certain feel. So right away, I like to go in and just observe, see how people are moving, see how the block moves. Is it, more older dudes? Is it generally like a younger crowd? Because that's going to dictate how the block is going to move. Is there a lot of gambling going on? How are the COs on the block? Things like that. So right, like just a few seconds, just checking in right at the CO's desk. And it just feels, like I said, just more alive. The sunlight's coming in, because coming from the hole, that's the 120 building. 120A is obviously the hole, it sucks, but 120B is no better. This is gang block, and runs real similar. You know what I'm saying? It feels real similar is what I'm saying. They have split tier recs, so top tier will come out, then bottom tier will come out. I'm more optimistic about, being up here on 240 side, right? And my celly, so they linked me up with this Puerto Rican dude from, he says he's from New York, so let's call him BX. And BX is just one of them like straight Viking type cellies, you know what I mean? He doesn't have much, he shaves his head and, washes the entire cell with the toilet water. So like, the way this dude, he's one of them just straight animal,
young dude.
He's older than me, so he's been in and out, according to his story, that he's done time. He knows how to bid, and he loves to talk about, how much this is his cell, and he got rules that he's laying on me right off rip.
No,
and I'm cool with that. Well, like, this is how I bid, pretty much. You know what I mean? He's not telling me like you have to follow these, but he's basically kind of saying this is how I do my routine. You know what I'm saying? I like a clean cell and this. But like I said, his version of clean is washing it with toilet water. He stick the sponge right in there and just start sloshing it on the wall, on the little table that we're gonna chop up our meats and our cheeses to make meals later. Yeah, that's toilet water. So I'm already like, man, I obviously don't know this right off the rip.
Nah, man, I can't deal with that.
But he's one of those dudes, just to give you a quick idea.
And this is jail, 2-man cell?
2-man cell, and like, it's not a crazy block. Like it's not like that. It's not much happening. It's just regular jail. You just nothing exciting happening, right? But my cellie's a weirdo. So I get stuck with this dude. We kind of bicker. So it was like, I couldn't wait to get out of there, but you couldn't switch cells unless you had a problem with your cellie. So you had to literally tell the CO that, me and my cellie aren't getting along and we got to separate. So that's basically some PC shit. You're not about to do that. So I thugged it out until I went to court. But the whole point of this, and you can definitely cut a lot of this out because this is the only part that really matters about it, in my opinion.
All right.
So I mentioned the spirituality thing right before we got cut off the last time. And one night I'm watching TV up on D side, and this sort of black guy standing there. The guys that went out to court that morning were just coming back in. And so I'm standing there watching TV. This dude just randomly comes over to me. He's like, "Excuse me, brother. I don't mean to bother you, man. I know you never spoke or anything, but I just got this message from God telling me basically to come speak to you." Like, you need to hear what I'm about to say. So, you know, I don't know what you're here for. I don't want to know what you're here for. It's none of my business. But I have an armed robbery. I had an armed robbery when I went to court today. I've been up here fighting this case for however long, and you know, when I've been in and out, so I'm just tired of doing the same thing, right? I copped out to all my other shit. I decided I'm taking this one to trial. You know what I'm saying? Like, told my lawyer right away, we're going to trial. Now, they had me dead to rights. He's telling me, right? So I'm following along because I'm in a similar situation right now. So I'm all ears. He's like, yeah, man, they had me red-handed robbing this bank. I'm on camera, gun in my hand, no mask. You can visibly see that it's my face on camera. So he said, today, I took it to trial. I go to court. I told God, if you let me off this one, I'll never do crime again. Like, this is my last time. I'm gonna just live straight, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yeah, bro, I get it, right? He's like, well, went to court today, and they acquitted me. I was acquitted of all charges. I'm going home tonight. I'm waiting for my wife to come pick me up. I guess he had some other cases holding him. He had to bail out, though. But that armed robbery, he beat it, right? So I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, bro. That's dope. He's like, hey, man, pray. And I'm like, well, a little bit, but, I mean, I believe in God pretty much. He's like, you have a Bible? Like, nah, I don't got a Bible. Say, come with me. So brings me to his old cell because he's leaving, and gives me this little, I was going to bring it. I got it. It's at the house. Little Bible. The little jail Bibles they give you, little free, like leather, fake leather. Did they give those
out little
in,
pocket janks?
Virginia? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The mini Bibles. He gives me one of those. Tells me to read it. But he's like, listen, when you read this, when you talk to God, when you pray, don't do it so everybody can see you. You know what I mean? Don't be fake about it. Find a quiet place where you can just go off by yourself, and it's just you and him one-on-one. That way you and God both know that it's pure. It's coming from a real place. I'm like, yeah, I get it. So he leaves, goes home, gets bailed out. Watching him leave, I'm just like, damn, man, I want to go home so bad. So bad. I'm picturing the routine, like maybe he's going to go. First thing he's going to do, hop in the car. Maybe if he smokes, he's going to smoke a cigarette, go get something to eat, go drink a coffee, whatever, a beer, get some, right? Like, I'm picturing all this. And then I look up to see my cell's empty. My crazy ass cell, he's not in the cell right now. I'm gone. Jump up, run up the stairs. I'm going to go pray my way out of jail. So, I go in the cell, right? I shut the lights off, walk to the end, and we're up on the top floor. So it's like overlooking, you can see like the Boston skyline and shit. The view's nice at night, but there's enough light coming in where you can actually read, standing at the window. Bust the Bible open, just random. And the verse I busted it open to was exactly what this dude was just basically saying to me, right? Of like, it's Matthew 6 is the verse. If anybody is, because I know nothing about the Bible, never read it. I've never even been to church. But I looked it up to see. It's Matthew 6. And like almost word for word, though. When you pray, don't be a hypocrite. Don't be like the hypocrites who have to make a spectacle of themselves, standing on a soapbox, showing everybody. Yo, no bull, right? So I'm blown away, right? The hairs on my arms are sticking up right now because I'm like, I'm hooked. I instantly believe what he just told me is 100% real. So I'm like, poof. Get to a part where it mentions fasting. So like I tried fasting, like in jail, starving, 140 pounds. Like I couldn't afford to be skipping meals, but this is what it's telling me to do. And I'm really trying to be real about it because like, I don't want to be, coming off as fake with this, like really talking to God right? I'm not going to church. Like, no one knows that I'm even doing this. No one, I didn't tell no one on the phone. This is just me. So I told you already, I'm being ratted out by my Cody and the kid who gave us these guns to go do this rock. I'm up against the cases and these two people saying that I did it in an open court, potentially, right? Go to court. Finally, after sitting, it was about probably like 30, 60 days later. My lawyer comes down first thing, and he's like, yo, I got some good news, and I got some not so good news. The good news is they don't want to go further. They don't want to go forward with the armed robbery. Apparently, the case is falling apart. They found out that even though this guy had served in the military or whatever, it was a drug deal gone bad. So the DA wasn't happy about that. And the fact that they arrested the wrong kid at the beginning, because remember, they arrested the kid's brother first. That wasn't helping them. And then the third, the kid who gave us the guns, he moved to Florida. So he wasn't going to be able to show up to court to testify. So I beat that. Just like OG back in the jail. He was caught. He should have been doing time, pretty much.
That's crazy, huh?
I should have been indicted on this case. Whatever happened, I mean, these things just played out the right way. So now I'm like, yo, I'm going home. 30 days. I just had to go to the farm, hit the pre-release. And then, of course, 3 years later, I catch another armed robbery. But that's what sent me.
That's a remarkable story, and I've got plenty of stories like that myself, where it just, you can tell something behind the scenes is happening. You know what I mean? Right. But so let's get something straight though. This is something that actually we didn't even clarify in part one. And you ain't got to be precise with this or anything, but you said you've been to state and federal prison, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how much time would you say altogether you've done?
Altogether? Maybe 10, 12 years. Hey. If you add it all up.
Okay. So yeah, at first I thought when we were doing it, you only did 6 years in the Feds. So I'm guessing, like I've heard from many other people, it's a pretty big difference between the two, state and federal prison.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's a huge difference between the Feds and the county, because there's more politics. It runs a lot smoother. There's not as much confusion. It's not chaotic. You know what I mean? It's like a well-oiled machine. This shit runs. Nothing's happening really. Very rarely do you see like a random act take place. You know what I mean? So like, that's that. But the county is more just, it's a free-for-all. It's like the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
From my experience. It could be different in other places. Like I've heard Cali, because I had some cellies in the Feds that were norteños. And they function in the county just like we do in the state, pretty much. You know what I mean? So it's different from place to place. You know what's weird about the two, though, right? Talk about coincidence. The first one, I mentioned the dude was like an ex-Marine or whatever. He served.
You're talking about the robberies?
The robbery, right? The second robbery that I went upstate for, my Cody tells the judge that he served in Iraq, right? So he ratted on me out the gate, I found out. But so he was my fiend. I'll just get into that story. So that was 3 years later. So first time I'm in jail is 04, 07, I fucked up. And I'm back in on a new one. So I blacked out. And I took some Xanax, totem poles, got a kitchen knife, and I was just driving around robbing that day. But
damn.
He was a fiend. Yeah, I was serving him. And when he would go to work, I would keep his car during the day. So that day, this chick's house that I was staying at, she gave me some of these pills, and I've never taken them. I didn't know what they did to you or whatever, but like, fuck it. She's taking them. So anyway, this dude comes by after work. I make him like take me to my house so I can grab this knife. I don't know where I got the idea to start doing these robberies, because it's not even me. So I got the kitchen knife. It ends up being nighttime, bro. We're driving around the opposite side of Buchanan Bridge. So I'm watching the store from over here. So I'm thinking, I can go in. I heard that the lottery registers had a lot of money in them, like more than the regular register. So I know that the 7-Eleven's booming, it's traffic all day long. So I'm thinking I'll probably come up on like a $5,000-$10,000 hit right now, right? I think I ended up with like $100, but
oh man,
yeah, it was a straight crash. It was a straight junkie move for real. Like no one robs stores, bro. Like you ain't getting nothing from that. So I have him wait till the cop leaves the store, the parking lot. We pull in, and I'm just like, yo, there's a little alley that leads out to a main street. I'm like, parked on the alley with your back to the wall, so I can hop in. You can just skirt down the alley, bust the left, and we're gone. So I go in the store, and there was one person in there. I remember it was a girl. I'm waiting for her to do her thing and leave. I walk to the back of the store and just kind of like trying to buy some time, make sure no one else is coming in after her. So parking lot's empty. She dips. I walk up to the counter and I ask him to, hey, can I see one of those? Can I see one of those blunts? Pass me a pack of cigarettes or whatever. He goes to turn around and I pull the knife out of my hoodie. I tap on him. Yo, listen, empty the fucking register, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't do nothing. Don't make no calls. Don't make no moves. I don't want to hurt you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Empty the fucking register, put it in a bag, and empty the blue one. I don't even care about the real register. I really wanted the lottery. He said he don't have the key for the fucking blue one. So I get stuck with, of course, the small one. And it's like 1s and 5s and small bills and shit. So I threw the shit in my hoodie, put the knife in my hood. I walk out the door. And as I'm walking out the door, there's a cop pulling in. And it's a cop car. Of course. The boys came back. So I'm like, God damn, I didn't know if you hit a button or what, but they didn't have their lights on. So I'm like, well, if they're not already jumping out the car, maybe I'm good. I'm speed walking to the car. This fucking kid is in his trunk, digging in his trunk. Fucking, I'm like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing outside the car, bro? Get in the car. Let's get the fuck out of here, bro. You don't see the
worst
fucking
getaway driver ever, bro.
What the fuck, man? Like, I gave you simple directions, bro. He gets his The cops kept coming by. He said they kept driving by. And he must have looked suspect sitting there. And it's like the middle of the night or whatever. I'm like, yo, bust the left. We're going down Eastern Ave. So as soon as we take the left, the cops jump behind us.
Oh, man.
So they start following us. I'm like, yo, don't do the speed limit. Go like 5 miles an hour over the speed limit and just see what happens. They don't have their blues on, so they're not chasing us. They probably just want to see what the fuck we're doing, where we're going. So boom,
that's what everyone says.
Right, yeah. I knew you were already caught, bro.
Oh, man. That's a worse feeling, though. A worse feeling.
Because now you're thinking, like, do I have it in me to outrun them? You know what I mean? Because I know he's not going to do it. Yep. He ain't helping me. Oh, so
that's the worst part about doing dirt with other people, man. Because, you know,
whack-ass people. I mean, yo, what I learned is it's just doing dirt, bro. You doing dirt, you take the good with the bad. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I deserved everything that happened to me. I'll be clear about that, bro. Like, I can't glorify this shit for 1 second. Just to be clear, so people watching understand that if it sounds like I like the story that I'm telling, it's the complete opposite. It's actually mad uncomfortable for me to talk about this shit.
Yeah.
The kid, I'm like, yo, you better not pull over. I'm gonna stab the shit out of you. He pulls over. I don't stab him because why would I? You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, yo, just keep your mouth shut. Just keep your fucking mouth shut. You don't gotta say nothing. We might beat it. If you don't talk, I don't talk. It's our word against theirs, pretty much, right? He gets out the car with his hands up, whatever. I get out. I got the knife and the money in my pouch, so I got all the fucking evidence.
Yeah.
When I get out the car, I fling the knife, and I'm thinking I'm slick, but because it's dark out, I'm thinking I might get away. If it lands on the grass, I might get through. So I fling it towards the house. It lands in their driveway. Clink, 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 clink.
Oh, no.
What is that? What did he just throw? What the fuck, man? I can't get through. So they got the dude from the store, the poor guy. I fucking traumatized this poor guy. They got him, and they're holding me and this other kid like by our fucking necks, like the little shits that we are. And he's IDing us from the cop car. So I guess he said, the other one doesn't look familiar. He, talking about me, kind of looks like the guy, but I'm not sure. I find out, after when I read the paperwork. But so we get booked, bro, of course. And they separate us when we get to the police station.
Mm-hmm.
So when they separate you, that's the last thing you want, man. You always want to stay with your codies, the people who don't know. You know what I mean? Keep them real close if you can. Right here.
Within ear's reach.
Straight up. Where the fuck you going? I hear his cell open. They walk in, I see through the crack. I'm on the door like, I'm where the fuck you going? Just like you said. Yo, where the fuck you going? They got the detectives, the investigators pulling them out to speak to him. I'm finished. Like, I'm already thinking like, all right, well, here comes that 3 to 5 that everybody was talking about on the first one. We go to court. He's telling, oh yeah, I served in Iraq. I don't know what fucking military branch he was in. Don't care. So that's going to help him. He's looking like a hero. I'm looking like a shitbag who dragged the war hero to go rob a 7-Eleven.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying? He thinks he's slick. And I get this lawyer. It's a court-appointed lawyer. She's a good lawyer. I will say that, but she was a bitch. She was arguing with me right off rip, trying to tell me like, this is how it's going to work. This is how it's going to run. And if you lie to me about it, you're only going to hurt yourself. You are going to do time. Just be clear. I want to get that out. You're going to do time. Only thing we can do now is try to get you the lowest possible number, because you're going upstate. You will be indicted. That's a fact. Well, no, I was indicted because this was my superior court lawyer telling me this. So I'm already indicted. I found out he ratted on me by my court appointed in district court like the next morning. I ended up doing a 2 to 2.5 on that, to answer your question though. He got like a drug program or something. I went upstate. So when I go upstate, I meet Fees. This is my right-hand man, Fees.
So you got sentenced to got 2 to 2.5?
2 to 2.5 for the armed robbery.
And that's what sends you to the state penitentiary.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right. So where do you go first? I'm guessing reception.
Back to Middleton. So I'm back up pre-trial still though, because I gotta tell you about this riot that happened. So while I'm awaiting trial to go upstate, I know I fucked you up, and I'm sorry about that. I caught the case with this kid. I went and sat in Middleton, but then that 6 months or so that I sat waiting to be bailed out. When I went to the hole to go meet my brother, there was a riot where we forced moved, and it was on the news and shit. So then I bailed out from the hole. I'm back on the street. When I was on the street, I caught a drug case for getting into a fight. I left the bar one night, squabbled up with this kid in the middle of the street, and they found some work on me. So now I caught a new case while I'm on bail for the armed robbery. Do you get what I was saying now?
Yeah.
That's where I was jumbling like. So when I first got arrested for this armed robbery, they sent me to Middleton, 120B now. 21 years old, I believe, 2021. And Bugsy's my cellie. My boy Bugsy, rest in peace, man. It's official. And he's a diabetic. So he goes up to diabetic.
This is in jail or prison?
This is jail.
Okay.
Middleton jail still.
Middleton.
And I'm still pre-trial. I haven't been sentenced yet to go upstate. All right. So he comes back with a kite from my brother. My brother came in. He went straight to the hole. And he's getting shipped out. So he wants me to come kick it with him in the hole before he gets shipped out. So now I got to pull a stunt to get sent to the hole. And so I just start arguing with the CO one night. He hems me up. I get sent to the hole. But the first cell they put me in the kite, it says, yo, Pucho's over here. And I want to introduce you. You know, he's going upstate too. So, you know what I'm saying? You guys can rock out while you're up there. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to see bro regardless. So I get there. He's already got it set up with the CO. Yo, my brother's coming tonight. Move him in this cell. So I move in, and it's this dude laying on the bunk and shit. He hops up. Yo, what's up, bro? I'm like, what's good? You Pucho, right? He's like, nah, Pigeon. I'm like, Pigeon? I get on the door. Yo! He's laughing already. Grim. That's my brother, Jeff. He's already in the window laughing. He's like, yo, say hi to your little brother. I'm like, what the f-? He's like, yo. He's like, yeah, bro. I guess we're brothers. This is my half brother. This is where I met my half brother for the first time.
What?
Yo, and he looks more like my father than me and my brother put together. So I'm tripping right now. Like,
That's
yo, what
crazy.
Bro, you really look like my father's little brother. I never met you before. What's up, bro? So I bonded with bro over some Sync coffee and some shitty magazines.
In the hole.
In the hole, bro. Crazy shit. That's why I wanted to add that part too. Because like
I'll try to clean it up and put it in there to where people follow along, man. That's wild.
So while we're fighting this case, obviously Pigeon leaves, he goes wherever he goes. And my brother Selly leaves. So we move in together, me and Grim. And we go to court one day. And because we had a separate, completely separate case, assault and battery that we caught on the street together. We jumped somebody. They weren't showing up to court. So we knew we were going to beat it, but it was just some bullshit that we had to clear up. We get haved in for this. We walk in. So when you're in the hole, you're last to go to court. You don't go on the first bus with everybody else usually. That's how Middleton works. So we're the last to arrive to court. They're already there. There's only like 2 people in the holding tank when we arrive, though. When we get in, it's like the Spanish dude and then some other dude. Don't even remember who or what he looked like. But the Spanish dude, the reason I remember him is when we kneeled down to get our shackles taken off, my brother kind of tapped me, like, give me the look. Like, yo, keep your eye on homeboy, pretty much, right? And I'm already like, come on, bro. Like, now to introduce, I got some pictures too. So you know who Grim is, man.
This is your brother, your real blood brother that passed away, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Rest peace to him, man.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Right here. Wow. You see that?
Yep.
Oh, that's bro. And then this is when he had just got out of DYS. Oh, I got some old pics in here. Shout out to Broski. It was wild, bro. All right, so anyway, I'm with bro in the cell, the holding tank. So bro's lawyer comes down. Whatever they were arguing about, I'm worried now because I know this is what makes bro snap. Shit like this. And I gotta go back and be in the fucking cell in the hole with him. And he's all fucked. Something didn't go his way. And to anyone who knows him knows like he's a ticking time bomb. Being around him is just, you never know. He's cool 1 minute, and then next minute he's snapping or getting you into some shit. He got no problem helping you catch new cases when you got all these problems going on already. So being around bro is hard, yo. Love him. Obviously love my brother to death, but like, it's just one of those dudes. It's hard to be around him. You know what I'm saying? It's exhausting. The Spanish dude starts tagging up on the wall, the 5-point star, LK, all that. So he's a king. For whatever reason, my brother decided he wasn't feeling that. So he spit on the dude's tag. King Killer, what's up? Stand up, ass motherfucker. And I'm talking like, this shit came out nowhere. He's doing his little laps. I could tell he's in the zone thinking. So the dude's like, yo, I don't want to fight you, bro, but I will fight you. They keep going. I'm like, fuck this. Take off on him first. So now we all, every time Jeff hits him, boom, I'll fall back. I'll come in, bang. We just kind of like, yo, you get him. I get him. You get him. I get him. You get him. COs come rushing. We're in shackles too. So this is ripping my fucking ankles up, by the way. You know what I mean? You can't move around like you think in shackles. So we're jumping this dude. COs come rushing in. They fuck us up. We stay in that cell. They move that kid to his own cell. We go up to the court and they fucking handcuff us, like interlocking our arms. So my brother's arms are wrapped in my arms and then handcuffed. So that's how we got to walk around. Because now we can't have free arms no more when we're around people.
I never seen that before.
Me either. Making shit up. They just did that one on the fly, I think. So every time we went back to Lynn Court, though, after this is how they did us. Walking up into the court like that, sideways, like fucking. Anyway, so that was court with bro. We get back to the jail. They already know that we got into this fight at the courthouse. They gave us a new ticket and they separated us. So now they stick us in single cells. So he's like 2 cells away from me. This was better for me though, because now I can just do me. The homie Pucho comes down one night and he's like, yo, talking to my brother, he's like, yo, Grim, we about to, you know what I'm saying? Set it off tonight. Don't go to sleep. At shift change. They all did it at the same time though. Like even dudes that were like enemies, they all did this together. You know what I mean? So they did that. Boom, got out and just started attacking the COs. The 2 COs that were there, smashed the computer, started fucking up the CO. They grabbed the shackles. There's a like a milk crate full of shackles. Grab those, start swinging them around.
How many people were out?
They let the ad seg top tier, I don't know, 6, however many showers there are, 6, 10 people at a time. So they're out getting shit up, like waiting for the reinforcements. They got the dude, he got the mini, you know, the bookshelf.
Where are you at during this? In the cell?
I'm stuck in my cell, single cell. So the whole downstairs is in their cells right now. This is just top tier, ad seg. So these dudes is wilding. They got a dude with the bookcase. I think it was the homie Swift. No bullshit. Lawrence homies are official. It's funny as hell, man. These motherfuckers go get it in. He got the bookshelf waiting for the door to open. Door opens. They're coming in with the dogs now and everything. As soon as it opens, wham! Toss the bookshelf at him. Yo, it's some movie shit, bro. We're kicking the doors. Bang, bang, bang. Everybody's flooding out and shit. So now they shut it down finally. They get a hold of these dudes. And they come in, pepper spray these motherfuckers. But because everyone was wilding out, they wanted to make an example for everyone. Oh, you guys want to kick your doors and rile these dudes up? They started at the top of the bottom, beginning of the bottom tier. Everyone step out, strip search, cell search in the middle of the night, bro. One by one. So they're coming down the line. You know they're coming. Shout out to Chip. Chipper yells out the door, yo, I'm not cuffing up. Nobody cuff up when they come. So we all decide, like, all right, anybody who cuffs up is just gonna get it when we all come out, you know, together. So we ain't cuffing up. So we're all gonna force move to make their job harder for them, since you want to fuck with us in the middle of the night. The shit was already over. We could have went to bed and then been done with it. So every cell they get to, there's a K9 officer at your window. He unlocks the cage pot and he's ready with the pepper spray. If you're not gonna cuff up, they're gonna bomb your cell with the pepper spray, and then they come in with the shields, and the turtles are gonna wash your ass for a little bit. So most people are cuffing up. It was only the single cells that really agreed to not cuff up. They finally get to me, and I'm seeing out my window because they got you can't see out your window directly. They're covering it with these pads, you know, the magnetic pads.
Flaps, yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's window got the blinds on them, but you can see out of these little people. You can rip them down, poke holes in them and shit. So you can kind of see if you like really up against the glass. And I'm watching to see what's happening cell to cell. Like, all right, man, I can handle that shit. So they get to my door. Alexander, you gonna cuff up?
So you're watching all these other guys not cuff up and get gassed.
Yeah, I can see right through the.
And it knows it's coming your way.
So I'm prepared for it now. I know what's about to happen. I've already flooded out, so my whole shit's wet. I dumped a bunch of the state shampoo in front of my door. So when they come in, hopefully they're gonna be slipping and busting their ass. Like that's what I pictured, right? So they get there. My bro's on his door. Yo, get him up. Yo. Go up. Don't cuff up. So they're going to cuff up. We're going to ask you again. You're going to cuff. I think it's like 2 or 3 times that they have to do it. And then they just spray you. Empty a clip. The K9 at the window. He empties his shit. All I can do is tie a t-shirt around my face and wait for them to come in. But they wouldn't just open the door right away. they want you to breathe that shit in and hopefully cuff up. So I'm like, yo, just come in, man. Like, oh, what the I'm standing here. You got me here 5-10 minutes waiting to get fucked up. Come in. You're going to cuff up? No, hit me again. So when they come in now, they got the key. I can hear them. All right, ready? I'm going to come in. I'm at the far end, leaning against the back wall in the bed, waiting for them to rush me. So when the first person comes in with the shield, that's always the person leading. I just jump, run across my bed, and kind of like try to kick his shield so that he'll fall back into the rest of them. Because they're coming in mad slow, one step at a time, one step at a time, one step at a time, till they get to you. So I just rush him, kick the shield. Does nothing. I bounce right off it on the floor. They all jump on me, fuck me up, fold me up. And it was pretty much over after that. It wasn't nothing special. But they hog-tied us.
And your brother ain't got his done to him yet.
No, he's coming up next. So he's 1-2 cells away from me.
Yeah.
So they hog-tied me, boom, boom. They got me by my arms and my feet, walking me out of the cell, right? An officer on each side. When we get through the door, remember I dumped all the shampoo out? That's when the shit works. So then they slip. They drop me right at the threshold. Boom. Smash my chin off the floor.
Damn.
I'm soaked, all banged up. Then the nurse comes. She's trying to hit me with the saline to get the pepper spray out of your face. It's making it worse. I keep telling this, all right, stop. Because I can't like do anything with my hands. So I'm like, all right, stop. Like, you're drowning me. Just leave me. Put me in the cell. Fuck, making it worse. Throw me in the cell. They got the straps, the 4-point restraints in this cell. So they got me hands and feet stripped down to my boxes, and everyone who force moved is being strapped to these beds.
Oh, well, they're like special beds?
Yeah, they add the restraints to these beds, but they're lifted off the floor. So yeah, they are special beds, bro. Like, only the single cells have them. Bro, it was about 13 hours strapped to these beds. The only good thing was it was summertime, so it was pretty warm. You know what I mean? Like, we weren't freezing and shit, but you can't do nothing, bro. You want to piss. Like, thank God I was as skinny as I was. I could slip only my left wrist for some reason. I could slip my left wrist out, and I could lean over, and I could piss on my floor. Eventually, they started giving us a meal. So this weirdo-ass sergeant comes in. He's like, all right, here's the deal. So we got you down, 4-point restraints. They got the video camera recording all the shit.
I mean, does it really have your arms like that?
Yeah. Yo, yeah. Literally what I just said.
Well, are your arms hanging off the bed? I'm thinking like a regular jail bed.
It's just a piece of steel. I'm not on a mattress or anything like that. I'm laying on a piece of steel right now. And they add these leather straps to your feet.
Yeah, I've never seen these things before.
Yeah, bro. So
how long were you like that?
About 12, 13 hours like this, bro.
Jeez.
All of us. Everyone who force moved, who ended up in another cell, was all in. So, like I said, he's telling us he's going to come around every 2 or 3, I forget what it was, 2 or 4 hours. And if we're not acting up, he's going to release one ligament at a time. Yo, these dudes were sick, yo. These cops were weirdos, man. I'm trying to tell you. You can't, we weren't calling out people, bro. We weren't writing letters. Like, this shit was mad illegal, bro. Like, they really fucked us up. And so that's how we did it. We had to wait to get our, that's 8 hours right there, right? If it's 2 hours per ligament, that's already 8. Never mind, it took them all the time to devise this psychotic weirdo plan in the first place. So yeah, we was there like 12, 13 hours, like I said. Finally stopped coming out for rec and all that shit. They got bro right next to me, so we can talk through the vent and shit like that, right? Man, when they kept us about 4 months like that, and I'm just waiting for my bail. So they have us on what's called Viking status now. So once the restraints are done, we finished with that, they put us all on Viking status. Every single morning after breakfast, about 7 a.m., they come by and they take down your thing. What's it called? You're getting a cell search, a full cell search, everything out the cell. They leave you with the roll of toilet paper and an empty mattress. You can't have sheets. You can't have, clothes, uniforms, anything like that. So they stripped your whole room down, and they put us on management loaf for a little bit.
Oh man.
Yeah. They was doing us as dirty as they possibly could, right? Just waiting. We're all thugging it out. I get randomly one morning right after breakfast. I'm waiting for my morning routine to come strip search me and cell search. Dude says, "Hey, Alexander, get your stuff together. You made bail." Bro, I've been like this now for about 3-4 months, right? I'm thinking he's fucking with me. I'm like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here, man." He's like, "Oh, you don't want to go? Fine with me." Puts the fucking blind back up. I'm like, "Yo, Jeff," talking to bro. "Yo, bro." He's like, "I already heard, yo. You out of here, bro. That's mom and Nana probably." I'm like, "Damn, dog." Now I'm like, I don't want to leave, bro. Of course I want to leave, but I don't want to leave him behind.
Your brother.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, it doesn't get any more depressing than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you're going through right now, and I'm about to it felt too up, bro. Like, there was a big part of me, as bad as I wanted to run the fuck and never look back, I didn't want to leave him. So I felt bad, yo. Like, I got you on money and shit, at least, I could probably be more helpful on the street than in here, definitely.
Yeah.
So when I bailed out, bro, and they shipped him out not long after. When I left, I heard a few weeks later he smashed one of their computers, and then they shipped him. He was supposed to be shipped anyways, bro, because he had problems with the COs in there. Back in the day, he dropped Officer O'Brien and another K9 officer. Yo, bro, I told you, he's like 5'6", 5'7", like just a little short dude, but he's buckling these, COs be all steroided out and shit. Like, these ain't small dudes. And he's rocking them. Bang. Just with the hands, bro. Like, he was nice. Like, I could have a whole conversation hour long just about Grim, yo. That was my dog, man. But anyway, I'm off track again. Where were we? I'm sorry.
So I'm guessing shortly after all that took place, you ended up going back to jail to get sentenced, or what?
So after all this,
because you made bond. I mean, how'd you end up going back for the trial, or what?
I caught a new drug case while I was on bail. So I go back. I sit for, I think it was 30 days, 60 days. My homeboy John bailed me out, and then I stayed on the street until I was sentenced for my state case.
And that's what landed you the 2 to 2.5.
Yeah.
For robbery, and that in the state penitentiary.
Yes, sir.
It's a wild one, man. You could write a book on all of them events. First and foremost, never heard of the 4-point restraint tape. I mean, I've seen something similar, but maybe I've seen ones where they're like this. I've seen the buck chairs and stuff. I don't know, unless my memory's just fading away, I haven't seen anyone like that. You know what I mean? So that's wild.
I've never seen it either. Still, I've never seen it anywhere else.
Yeah,
that was the only place.
Yeah, not to mention the canines. A lot of jails I've seen, they don't roll with canines, so they're doing things a bit different. What was it? Middleton. Okay.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, that's pretty much the beginning story to yours. Your path to the penitentiary, and I think we'll wrap this one up. And on the next one, we'll just jump right into the whole prison side of things, man. Jump into the state and the Fed side. What do you got going on now, man? I mean, you got anything else you'd like to say before we close this part 2 out?
Yeah, I want to shout out ANX Ice. So I was gonna have my boy stop by, man. We got some Rolexes. If you're into diamonds, you like iced out jewelry, anything that you need, Cubans, you name it. I mean, we got access to pretty much everything. So look them up online, ANX Ice. I know everybody thinks I'm like still this 18-year-old. They think I'm probably 20, in my 20s, I think, from what I read. They're like, "Oh my God, this dude's learned nothing. He's definitely going back." I'm like, they don't realize I'm almost 40, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm married with kids and shit. Like, I don't even leave my house.
That's a comment section for you, man.
Love it. I love it. You got the best fans, bro.
I like to say that too, man.
They rock with you, bro. You can tell they fuck with you hard. Like, they want to make sure that you're never disrespected by bringing the wrong guest on. Like I can tell, man, they fuck with you.
Yeah, yeah. But, you know, I feel like everyone that comes on the show, man, is here for a reason. You know, their story's meant to be
Everybody
told.
got a story. Yo,
That's
I definitely
right.
want to say that. I
That's
don't care how whack you think or how regular you think your story is. Yo, if you like this type of content, make it yourself, bro. Like, come, yo, reach out. 23-1. Josh is a good dude, man. He's solid. He gets back to you, bro. Reach out, tell your story, man. Somebody out there needs to hear it.
Hey, I appreciate you, my friend, man. And it is what it is. You're, like you said, you're out there doing what needs to be done, man. You got a family and all of that, and you're staying free. That's the most important part. Keep doing what you're doing. And
Sure.
I'm going to be looking forward to part 3, you know, the prison side of things. I'm guessing you've seen some stuff in there.
Yeah, that's what shit got a little wild. This last bit was definitely the worst one.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Well, how long have you been out exactly? One more thing
5
before we
years.
leave.
5 years now. Yeah, I just got off paper. I was gonna have my lawyer. He wanted like an extra 3 racks to do it, but I just wrote up a motion myself and it worked. So yeah, I just got off paper.
Nice, bro. Hey, how'd that feel?
Oh man, it was great, but I couldn't celebrate because my brother Fees that I mentioned, he got hit by a car, man. He passed away. Literally.
Oh, yeah.
I got out, yo, I got word that the motion was accepted on Friday night. Saturday, he got killed. I didn't even get to tell him, bro.
Rest in peace once again, man.
Yo, it's
Very
been a
sad.
roller coaster ride, bro. Thank you. I really appreciate that, bro. I do.
Many, and like you said, man, everybody's got a story, and many stories are roller coaster rides. You know, unfortunately, that's how it goes.
Absolutely.
But until the next time, man, you keep doing what you're doing, and like I said, looking forward to part 3. Ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen,
sir.
keep in mind the links will be pinned in the comment section below.
Keep an eye on Code of Silence TV. We got some new content coming out too.
Yep, Code of Silence TV on YouTube. That's his channel. Go check that out. I have that linked as well. And what was the jewelry place again?
A&X Ice.